Hey guys, what's going on? Troy at Mountain Man Treasure here, and just a quick little video put together here on my phone because I made a little bit of a pickup today, as it turns out.
Mountain Man Treasures.
Welcome into the channel, guys. My name is Troy. I'm a reseller in Montana. I go to garage sales and estate sales. I go to thrift stores. I buy stuff and then I sell it again online. Now, we're also expanding that and starting to sell stuff a couple of times a year during vintage shows. And we've actually got one coming up next weekend, so that'll be interesting to see how that does. But we're also going to be starting next month putting in a little vintage booth in a mall. And so we're going to see how well we do there. You know, eBay for us, just like it is for a lot of you, is it's a little bit slow right now. You know, it'll pick up, I expect, for fourth quarter, but it's a little bit slow, a little bit irregular. And so I'm hoping that the investment in a local thing is going to be good. And I know a lot of people have struggled with booths, but other people do very well. So I'm hoping we're on the very well end of that. It's a newer mall, newer store in town, so there's still some buzz about it being, you know, new. It's the new thing. There were I think 13 vendors in it, but they're expanding into the rest of the store, and we're in that expansion. And so they've been doing a great job on social media, getting the word out, and lots of people are stopping in there and loving it. So I'm hoping that we're going to do well there and supplement eBay sales with sales out of our new vintage booth. I'll bring you guys, I'll show you guys once we get it set up. I have no idea what I'm doing setting up a vintage booth, so we'll see what that looks like. But here in town and hanging out and helping with my folks, helping my dad and mom, as we've mentioned, has been in the hospital up here. And actually, I brought her home today. I'm actually, the house is right there. Just brought her home. I don't know if it's a long road. She's got at least a medium-sized road ahead still. She's not 100% better yet, but she can keep getting better in her own house, in her own bed. And that's a better deal. So she was thrilled to be able to be home, and you know, everybody here is happy that she's out of the hospital and that she's home and she's getting better. So thank you for all the well wishes and prayers. She appreciates them. You know, she's seen them and heard about them. So thank you very much for that. Truly appreciate that. But after I got her home, I got her set up, and then got my dad set up with all of his stuff. I was able to go and meet a guy here in town that has 2 storage units and was wanting to get rid of some stuff, wanting to sell some stuff. Now, he was a tough negotiator, as it turned out. Wasn't able to, I worked him down on some things, and he gave me fair deals, but I wasn't able to make a huge pile. Was able to get some things though, and so I wanted to show you. I guess it's not a thrift haul, but it's a storage unit haul, sort of. Let's take a look. And this is where it started, guys. It started with, he posted online, hey, I've got all these chickens, $2 a piece. So this is how the haul started. And I was just flipping through. I mean, obviously I didn't want that guy. I mean, I'll put him, we do stuffed animals at our shows, and they actually did really well with the kids. I'll get $1 out of that easily, I think. So some of these aren't great, and I was actually only going to get like 6 or 7 of them. And he said, you know what, I'll throw them all in. So I'll have to figure out, like, this one has a chip on it. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe I'll put it out there and still see what happens. I don't know. But some of them are actually pretty decent and like made in Japan, right? So I think that's pretty cool. What's the value on it? I don't know. Glass people, chicken people, you tell me. I have no idea. But it's I mean, some of this I might be able to list on eBay. A lot of what I picked up is going to be vintage show, vintage booth. You know, this guy, I don't know that there's much there. He was a throw-in. Once I think there's 25 of them or something like that. Once I got those and said, hey, I want to buy more of your stuff, he was like, tell you what, I'm going to give you all of these chickens. So we've got extra chickens. I don't know. That guy's kind of cool. There's one guy in here. This guy used to be he's a pepper shaker. I don't have his partner, but I imagine somebody that collects chickens, maybe they just want to put that up. I don't know. There's a chicken clock, which I thought was kind of cool. This is a soft little thing on top. I don't remember seeing a chicken clock before. So I picked that up. I thought that was neat. This guy used to be a shaker. We got You know, we got all kinds of chickens. And so, I don't know, you guys tell me. See, he's got rubbing there, so I don't know. Obviously, he'd be discounted, or I won't even sell it. I don't know. But I've got all the chickens that you could want right here. Let me know. How much is a chicken worth? Or the ones, I think I have 3 or 4 of them that are made in Japan. So I expect those are better, but I don't know. But this, like I said, where it started, not where it finished. Let's take a look at that. All right, so we also picked up this stuff, which I think is super cool. You can see some of it still has tags on it. He used to sell stuff locally, and then also on like Facebook Marketplace. That's kind of where he's trying to sell some of it off now. He just bought some more, so he needs to make a little bit of room, I think. But he's been collecting and buying and selling for a long time. So that's part of why we didn't get a smoking deal on some of this stuff, right? Because he knows the value. But we got this guy, just a box. This is going to be a display box, is what it's for. It's not branded or anything like that, but I can put this on a table and probably set it on its side and use that to elevate things, display things. We could flip it like that, put stuff on top. You know, I'll figure it out. We'll figure out what to do with that guy. Look at this guy. He's got some stuff on top of him. Jointed bear. That's really cool, I think. Again, the value, I don't know. Jointed bear people, tell me. You know, the tag is either on there from when he got it or what he was wanting for it. I don't know, but I just think it's he's kind of cute, right? Set him over there in the box for now. This guy, old power ratchet. I think this actually is pretty solid. That's my hat. I didn't buy that from him. This is pretty cool. Jim Wade Washington pears. I don't know. Again, a lot of this, I don't know the value. I just feel like it would be a good addition to our local sales. We got an old percolator. Yeah, it's not branded as far. Well, yeah, actually, sure enough, there it is. So I'll have to look that up. Buffalo, probably New York. So we got that, and we've got some advertising. You know, Folgers coffee. Let's see, Sanborn. Nash's coffee. So lots of these coffee cans. So just thinking people might want to, you know, decorate with those. Old Hills Brothers. That one's pretty beat up, but Nash's. What's this guy? Radiant Roast. I think that's kind of a cool one. That might be my favorite, actually. Just the colors. And then there we go, Bokar coffee. So I don't know. Some of these I may have to look up. I know there can be good money in some of these. I don't know that any of these are. We'll find out. Coffee can people, advertising people. You tell me what you think on those. You know, I'm learning. I'm trying to buy stuff that I don't know much about. That's the way I learn it, is I buy it and then I can research it and I find out what it's worth. And then I can find out, you know, when I'm comping and stuff, I find others and I know what to look for. So that's just kind of my process. Maybe it's not the best way to do it, but it's what works for me, and it's worked well for me. So this, I don't want the horse sitting on it. Let me show you the horse. See, actually, look at this old tag on here. 125 bucks is what used to be on there, and I don't know, maybe that's what I can ask for this. He thought it was out of the 50s. There is like some wear down here. It could be repainted, you know, refinished. So I mean, it's not in perfect shape, but it's just really cool. He believed it was out of the 50s. Little kid's rocking horse. I don't know, I really like it. I mean, maybe that's what I ask for it and see what happens, right? I don't know. This, let me show you. We'll take it out. Just kind of a cool, the way the chair is set up there. I mean, I don't know. I really liked the look of it there in the front, and there's no cracks or anything. I think there's an indentation from it was sitting in there upside down. So I'm hoping that a little bit comes out over time, but there's no tears or anything in it. I think that's a really cool chair. MCM people, now I need you, right? I'm calling all experts. I am not. Here is what I spent the most on. And these all have tags. I spent the most on these for several reasons. Or this is why he wanted the most for these. One, he knows there's value to these, just because they're very old license plates. You can see this one, 1946, right? And all of them, they're in this condition, okay? The paint is gone. Like these, I think at this time were black and white. That's gone, right? So they're not great, but they actually have a cool look at this point. This one actually, it's fading off of there, but it says prison made on the bottom. It would have been during that time. Prison made is are ones that are looked for. But he collected these was another reason. So for a time, he was actually collecting specifically old license plates. And so there was more value to these for him personally. He has different tags on all of these. Like this he had for $50, $30. I think most of them around 30. I think 50 is the one he hit that's a pair. There's one pair in here. If you can find paired license plates, you know, the matching set, they're usually much more valuable. So this one from 46, they're all Montana plates. See, you can see this one's got some paint left on it. Look at this though, 1939. I mean, that's super, super old. He's got this one tagged. Let's see. This one was $40. I paid about $15 a piece for them. You can see there's a couple holes in there from rust, but made a bundle deal on these. I suppose 14 or 15 bucks or so a piece maybe is what I paid. So a pretty good deal, I think, on these. These should do very well locally. Again, 1939 prison made. I might be able to sell these online even, so I'll look. 1937. Very, very old. And even though it's, I don't know, it's chewed up on the end, I actually kind of like that look. $20 is what he had on that one, which is a pretty good deal, actually. 1934, guys. Like, you just don't see them that old, especially out here. Oh, 1934. This is another 34. 1931. 1930. So he's maybe collecting by the year. I'm not sure. 1939. Here we've got one from 41. Most of them are from 3. That's Yellowstone County. Our license plates in Montana, the first number indicates which of the 56 counties the plate is from. So 1940. I got to be careful to pick these up the right way that I don't crack. This one's still got a little bit of color, which is cool. 1946, and it is a pair. I think this is, yeah, that's the one he had $50 on. I think it might be worth more than that, especially because it's a set. And so this one could be pretty valuable. 1935. This is an Iowa one. It's not a Montana plate. And then 49. That's Livingston area. That's Yellowstone. That's the TV show Yellowstone area, right there. 1945, and then another 45. So we got a whole pile of old license plates here. I should be able to do quite well with these locally at shows and in our booth, and then you know, potentially selling some of them online as well. So that's what we got from this guy, and I think we did well. You guys tell me though. We got the chair, we got these, we got up front, we got the chickens, the Ben, the bear, we got Rockin' Horse, you know, we've got all our cans back there, the advertising piece, old percolator. I don't know. How'd I do?
So yeah, back right in front of them where it all started. Just a couple little chickens. And so you know, it never hurts to ask folks, right? Hey, do you have anything else?
often it can turn into a good future connection. I'm hoping we looked through, he had a lot of really cool stuff. Some furniture, tables and chairs, and some of his prices were just, they were too far. I mean, he knows what I'm doing. We talked about what I was doing with it, and so he knows that. But he was just, the valuation that he put on some things was just a little bit too high for what the price is now compared to probably when he picked it up or when he sold them or stuff like that. Or he just has a little bit more of an attachment to it, whatever it is, the price a little bit too high. So, there was some stuff like that, but there was other stuff that I can definitely make money on. So the next time in town, I now have a connection. I have his number, he has mine, and we can hopefully, pick up more stuff from him in the future. So I've got a bee flying around by my head. I'm allergic to bees. I gotta go.